to be so negative? What's the matter with you? You're always the one who's too positive. Hold on, why do you look so much like me? A witness? Maybe not. Look, we're so different. Do you think something fun will happen if we touch? Like it happens in the movies, you mean? It usually never ends well. There's just one way to find out. Maybe we shouldn't.
Annihilation.
So, an atom is made out of electrons that are negatively charged, which rotate around positive protons and neutral neutrons. But that's not always the case. I present to you negative antiprotons and positive positrons. We also have antineutrons, but they once again have no charge. So the regular particles make up atoms of matter, but the antiparticles make up atoms of antimatter. Matter and antimatter have the exact same properties. The only difference is that they are made out of subparticles that have opposite charges. Everything in this world is made out of matter, but it was not always like this. Once upon a time, there was a big explosion that we call Big Bang. During that explosion, both matter and antimatter were created. Now, when matter and antimatter come into contact, they annihilate. This means that they disappear and they turn into a big blast of energy. Now, for some reason, more matter was created than antimatter. So, during the Big Bang, all the antimatter annihilated with some of the matter. However, antimatter can be created by joining together positrons and antiprotons. Positrons come from gamma radiations. As a wise man once said, energy equals mass times square the speed of light. This means that energy can turn into mass. So, keep that in mind. This beam of energy is made to turn into mass. More specifically, it turns into masses of positrons and electrons. These pairs come into contact with a magnetic field and an electrical field. And since they have opposite charges, they go in opposite directions. And that's how we create positrons. As for antiprotons, we need protons. Protons are obtained by stripping an hydrogen atom of its electron. Then they're sent into particle accelerators. Can you guess what particle accelerators do? They accelerate particles. Well, once the particles are fast enough, they're sent into big sturdy blocks of metal, and when they hit them, they break and they release a lot of energy. Now, this energy turns into mass, and this is where antiprotons come from. So, why exactly does antimatter matter? Well, if we were able to annihilate 1 kilogram of antimatter, we would release about as much energy as that produced by 5 billion liters of petrol. That's a lot of energy. However, as for now, we are only able to produce about 1 milligram of antimatter per year. But that's only for now. Who knows what the future holds?